I've always known that Acho and Joy Taylor allegedly, in rumor mill, were romantically involved.
Hot tea.
All right, now here's the thing. We're here with Marcellus Wallace, who was talking to Jason Whitlock about their time at Fox Sports. Y'all know they used to have a show at Fox Sports along with Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho. And Marcellus Wallace started talking about his experience with Joy and Emmanuel after this big lawsuit from the hairstylist. Let's check this out. Like the video and subscribe. Let's get it.
Joy and Emmanuel Acho. I was like, oh, wow. February 2020, I know what I was doing. We were on, me and Marcellus were doing the show together, but Emmanuel Acho and Joy Taylor were meeting, and it's not crystal clear if they were talking about Speak for Yourself at that time, but they were talking about obviously working together, and someone put that meeting together so that they could work together. And then Nusheen says that later she sees Emmanuel Acho in the building, and I'm thinking, well, this must be around September. I had left, and now he's working there. And Joy says that, I want him to have me on Speak for Yourself. And sure enough, in 2022, that comes to fruition. Anyway, I just wanted your reaction to it, like, oh, wow. There was some long-range plans being concocted, perhaps as early as February of 2020.
Yeah, I'm glad we're having this conversation, you and I especially, because it's therapeutic. I think it's really crystallizing for me some of the machinery that was at play, some of the moves, the mechanisms, because I just thought it was like in football, like in sports, you lose an opportunity. Hey, the younger running back that's cheaper is going to be the guy that probably takes your job. He's a quarter of the payment and half as good as you, something like that. So I never looked at Acho in a negative light. This lawsuit brought a lot of things home for me that I never thought of. So for you, the thing you didn't know was that Acho and Joy were plotting for our show. I did know that. What I didn't know, allegedly, was the fact that Charlie Dixon was involved with Joy Taylor romantically. If I had known that then it would have made sense of all of not only the movements, but the power that came from those movements. Because it's one thing to go to lunch with somebody and say, I want my own show. Yeah, I'm sure that happens every single day for somebody out there in talent. But to actually make it come to fruition, that takes a different level of pull. So I've always known that Acho and Joy Taylor allegedly, in rumor mill, were romantically involved. I also know from two different talents at Fox that are still currently there that, hey, Marcellus, look out. They plotting on you, big dog, because everybody there I have a good relationship with. We all on different schedules, so I always knew for 2 years, and it really put our relationship, Acho and I's relationship, in a weird place, because for 2 years I knew what he was trying to do, but I had the football mentality and spirit of, if you take it from me, it wasn't mine in the first place. So then when it occurred, I ain't think twice about it. They gave me other opportunities. They gave me things that they knew I would deny. You know how it goes. They give you offers that they know you won't accept, and that's their way of covering themselves in terms of, hey, well, we tried, but you didn't really try because you knew you didn't give me something competent. You didn't give me something that was of my ilk. They didn't give you an opportunity to take advantage of our show that was growing at the greatest rate of all the shows at FS1. So when I read that lawsuit, I'm like you, I read all 42 pages. I sat there and said, if Charlie Dixon is a part of this, then this is a whole different animal than it was before. And it's crazy enough, man. I did my show yesterday. 2 different people have reached out to me, not just in rumor mill, they say. They're like, nah, that is fact. And I'm like, is it fact? How do you know? And they keep telling me, like, trust me, I know. And that brings us all into a different light, Jason, just to be real with you. You know, both of us, your show is called Fearless, but we roll the same way. It's really disturbing to see that if that is true, that this is how this all went down.
Okay, so if y'all couldn't tell, Marcellus was really, in my opinion, putting it out there that he might have a legal action of his own coming towards Fox Sports. And to me, he wasn't just saying that Joy and Acho were just plotting against him to take his show. I think he was kind of putting it out there that it might have been the higher ups along with Joy Taylor and Acho who were putting them up to try to put them in position to take his show. And of course, the show that he had with Jason Whitlock. Now, you heard him say, I knew for a fact, or at least that I heard through the rumor reel. Ain't that what he said? The rumor wheel or something like that. He heard that Joy and Emmanuel had some type of relationship. But then when you add in the fact that she was messing with Mr. Dixon, who is a higher up executive at Fox, and that's when he said it would have been clearer then when I worked there, instead of finding this information out now where it's like, oh, I didn't really know the pieces that were in play at that time. Because, yeah, if Joy got an executive in her back pocket, see, to me, that all goes into the mentality of what the hairstylist is trying to say about Joy Taylor. Somebody who's trying to scale the ladder. So, yeah, was she allegedly sleeping with people? Maybe. But then also she's sleeping with people and then playing these games inside of the workplace to take positions from other people. And in that situation, it's like she's cutthroat. She don't give a fuck how she get to the top. She don't care who she got to hurt. She don't care who she got to step over. And hell, maybe Emmanuel Acho was the same way if he was plotting against Marcellus Wallace along with Joy. And in these type of situations, let's just say they was laid up in the bed together. Who knows the type of plans that they might have been trying to put together to sabotage somebody at Fox Sports or their colleagues so they can make sure that they get ahead. Remember, in the lawsuit, it says Joy's husband divorced her after finding out she was cheating with Mr. Dixon. And that didn't stop her. She was like, fuck it. I got a divorce over this shit. I'm going to keep going until I get to the top, until I get the next show and the next show and the next show. And like somebody said earlier, you know, a Mr. Dixon could be a conduit to get you to $20 to $30 million. He might not be the richest guy himself, but he can put you in position to now you're front page and center. And now you're, you know, making all of this money. And I can also see Fox looking at Marcellus and Jason Whitlock thinking, okay, well, we can get Joy and Emmanuel Acho in here because they're fresh faces. They're sexier. You know what I mean? Like, get this, you know, younger guy, younger pretty girl on camera, and maybe this show will do better than their show. But as Marcellus just said, his show had the numbers and it was growing. And to be honest with you, speak for yourself. Nobody really talking about that show. Let's just be real. It's a lot of Fox shows that, you know, it's like, who listens to them? I think Colin Cowherd, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name, and Undisputed are definitely their biggest shows. And I used to like listening to Chris Burchard and Rob Parker, but now Chris done left, so that show is in shambles. And I like listening to Rob, but I liked his back and forth with Chris Burchard. So to me, those were the three best shows on Fox Sports. And to think that they were fucking up talent and quality content over, you know, petty shit like people screwing this person and people trying to get ahead because they sleeping with this person or sleeping with that person. It just makes Fox sound like some kind of cesspool for inappropriate behavior and, you know, nasty under the table business practices. Okay. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Are y'all surprised? Do you think Marcellus Wallace should sue Fox Sports? Let me know in the comments. Like the video and subscribe. We out. Peace.